What is that sound? Welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/Xisuma. Decana Heaven in chat. Thank you so much for the bananas letting me know that we're live. It's this thing down here. I know what it is. It's just so annoying. If I put a mop head, which would fit in there, it would silence that sound. That is a thing I need to do at some point. Also, I'm checking on that because it feels like this thing isn't working, but it's just such a slow farm. It's always going to feel like that. Welcome to the beeps. Tuning in. Nicariana, Hero Blender, Denoxness, EJ33, Bear, Morple Leaf, Emma Dan MC. Welcome, peeps. Welcome. Hope you're all enjoying the holidays. We are back on Hermitcraft after a stream that we did last night. I want to check on the resin stuff over here. Things are still being smelted. Okay, that should be full. I think. Unless it's still, like, backing up. Let's see what's going on up top. Dang it, this thing has managed... Oh my god. How does it manage to break? It's probably on a chunk border or something silly. Let's go fix it up. Hopefully I did the right one there. I did. Whatever, I should probably leave it alone. I don't think there's actually any more stuff coming through to be smelted. Right, need to turn off... Oh, did it ever get turned on? I'm sure I turned this on. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. No, wait. On equals on. Is this thing overridden when it's partially full? I cannot remember what all of this does. Oh yeah, we override it from here. I should be overriding it from higher up. Let's turn it off. I'll change that another point in time. End network 101 months, my dude. Morning, bruv. Hope you had a good Christmas and cheers to the 101 month. See you in another 100. Oh my goodness me. Who knows? Who knows? Another 10 years? Actually, it's not 10 years, is it? It's less than 10 years. Another 100 months. There you go. Keep it simple. Thank you, my dude. Very much appreciated. Thanks for sticking around all these years. Somehow made it to 2x streams in a row. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, it's not even been 24 hours, right? We're back. So check this out. We have done all of our sorting, but we got a major backup in the system. And I think I might try and do a little bit of a general stock up, which is always a bit of a pain, but if I use my handy notebook, we'll make light work of it. Yeah, let's start with a little bit of that. So out of here, what I really want is probably just to top up leather, ink sacks, and books, I think. What are these other things? The minecart attack on the creaking. Oh, the low... I've actually built this. I've actually done that already. It's some redstone that I built off camera. Oh wow, we got stuff to sort out back there. Yeah, so a bunch of leather, ink sacks, and books. Books are made from leather and paper, right? Oh, let's go check the sugarcane farm then. You'll mostly be lurking today. Well, thanks for tuning in and lurking. How did the night sorting go? Yeah, it worked. It worked. Just with an excessive amount left over, basically. Dum 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 dum. Getting a bit hyped with the music here. Yeah, go on then, make a stack of those. Grab some of that. So after this one, what do we want? What do we want for the next one? Probably some gold, but we've got a whole bunch of it there. A couple stacks of iron. What was last night's prank? I haven't watched the VOD yet. Oh, the base got filled up with presents and snow. It was insane. Iron is somewhere around here. There it is. Bam. Put the sugarcane back over here. Very good. Oh, did I top up the lever? Could have swore I topped up the lever. New. Forgot to click that. Next one. Dyes. Dyes are always an absolute pain. Because there's so many of them. There's a few bits of that I could do in there. See, this is one of the things about the sorting system that just... I can't think of a solution to. But, like, wouldn't it be amazing if there was a way to have items stored in a specific slot like that could then feed back over to here and restock this stuff? There probably is, but it'd be, like, really complicated. Technical. So, I think that's probably good. Maybe a little bit more black dye. Thorgil asks, would I mind advertising the build competition? Everyone who has access to the Discord can join with a build. We also have a snowball fight plugin on the build comp server. All the details are within the events channel on the Discord for those interested. It'll be running until the 5th of January. Yeah, if you're a part of our Discord community, come to the Discord channel itself, look for the events channel, and you'll get all the info. There'll be a plot world that you can go build in and have snowball fights in. So if you want to get involved with the community, do some Minecrafty holiday season stuff, go check it out, peeps. Go check it out. You would need a way to track which slots of an injury are already occupied, says Maddie. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. It'd be really nice if Mojang were to... I don't want to go on about it again, but you kind of made me realize, like, when I talk about Mojang redoing the inventory system, I think, like, in keeping some principles about it. I'll put these up here. However, like, what if redstone could just... Kind of like in Factorio, what if redstone could just transmit along its wire what item it's reading from a chest, right? Like, how would that change things? That could be huge. Wow, I've filled up a white box. See, now I need another one, and that system is now... this is now full. This is where my storage ideas have broken down. What I should have done here was made this twice as wide and put... In fact, it doesn't really need to be twice as wide. It needs to be... It needs to be chests so that you can fill it with boxes of white stuff. Like, that's what you need. Once you run out of this space, you just need to put this stuff in chests, I think, more than anything. It's something I could potentially start doing now. All of those could fit into a chest, right? Like, I could just have a double chest here. There's no light source behind this. I'm going to need some bamboo blocks to put down this chest. And I'm going to need another shulker box and some white dye. I am very tempted, I must admit, I'm very tempted to, like, build next season's storage system and move out of this one and be like, well, let's try again. Actually, I only need one piece of dye. What are you up to, Xisuma? Or are you just chilling at the moment, says Bly? Well, I'm just doing this live stream. I don't know if it's a chill live stream. I've got inventory stuff to figure out, so we're kind of focusing on that. But this works really well into a double chest because everything is color-coded, and the idea is that you take your color blocks. The best way to show you that is just to come over here. Any of these, right? Any of these that overflow, they go into the double chest inside of shulker boxes. You know what? I'm very tempted to use the pale woods, but they don't really fit the build here. It's like, I want to use them, but I've got to wait until there's a spot to... Have I clicked past it here? I really miss having the things on the front of them. Oh. Here it is. Sound like a broken record, really, didn't I? We've got more noises in the air. Titanja is here with the Prime for 8 months. I'm fairly sure that is a name that I've absolutely butchered. I've also been reminded that I got a hot cup of tea. Let's have a sip. Russell Wood is here for 34, also with the Prime, and Jeremy the Unclean. Thank you for using your Prime subscription on me, my dude. Cuplex says, why is the Derp coin rewards called face reveal? It is to make you believe that I have a face. If I just subtly drop hints, you know, like, oh, look at me, I'm sipping my tea, or, oh, I'm breathing with that mouth thing that us humans have, then, you know, hopefully the illusion will persist. Okay, pretty much going to emulate what we got going on over there, I think. Except with a double chest. Maybe double doubles. 2 doubles. Is that a double? Oh, I can't open it now. So yeah, anything color related now belongs in here. Brown is in there, black is in there, yeah. So then when I need to go grab my color related bits, that's not the way we did it. Whenever I need to grab those, they're here. All right, bamboo's gonna go back in. Yeah, so look, we got so much stuff here to organize, right? Oh, I'm gonna have lots of red and lime, aren't I? Thanks, Jevin. Thanks for that, mate. So this is all stuff that didn't get sorted on the side because it was full. So it needs a home in some of this excess storage. And there needs to be a quicker way to do what I'm doing right now. What is that? Okay, one of them popped off behind me, apparently. Popped over my shoulder. I think the trick here would have been to keep the wall, and then when one fills up, replace it and move it into a chest. Could have actually just... could have just put them in here, color-coded when they're full. That works better, doesn't it? Let's face it, that works better. Dang it! Thought I had a good idea. Right, how did I lay this out? So brown, red, orange, yellow. Where's red gone? Oh, it's there. Brown, red, orange, yellow. Then I think it was like lime, which is also behind me. Lime, green, cyan, light blue. Welcome to all the peeps tuning in and saying good morning. Hope y'all are doing well. Merry Sinomorolmus. Sinomorolmus? Please explain. Please elaborate. Okay, the last row is just blue, purple, magenta, pink. So this right here will be a feature of the next storage iteration. The stuff comes through and you got to sort it. You're going to fill up one of these boxes and then you're going to go, right, it's full. Now it belongs in here. And it's color-coded. So one of these should probably just be reserved for color-coded stuff. And then this becomes the process, just like fishing stuff out that belongs in there. But now we've got loads of other things. What am I supposed to do with these? Festive looking things. I guess the banners could go in yellow. Resin's gonna need its own box. It's gonna need an orange box. Then we got some red stuff coming through. Yo, I was like, how did that fill up? And then I realized, oh yeah, it's all of those shulker boxes that we've been running through the system. Vinots, thank you ever so much for your 20 months of support, my dude. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Yay, 20 months. I'm driving back home for the New Year's right now with a bag full of ugly, beautiful, fuzzy Christmas socks. With how much you love the holidays, what's your opinion on ugly Christmas sweaters and socks? Need to know. Might unsubscribe. Oh, it's all on the line now. I'm not a fan of them, and you probably won't catch me wearing them. But I don't mind it. If other people enjoy wearing it, I don't mind that. It's a bit, I think it's a bit of fun mostly, right? It's mostly a bit of fun. Seems a bit wasteful though sometimes. Like a lot of this sort of, what do they call it? Disposable fashion or something. Like there's a lot of like clothes turnover. We've gone from a period where like most families had hand-me-downs and stuff like that, and a bit of scarcity, and where scarcity has gone away, now we've gone kind of like excessive with clothes and stuff, and so there's a lot of clothes that, I don't know, just get thrown away before they've really been used. A lot of disposable fashion, I think might be the term they use for it. Plays into that a little bit. Like one thing I noticed it with is football kits. So I remember being a kid and like in the 90s, I don't know if clubs change their kit like every year, but in the past, in like the 70s and 80s, clubs would change their kit, you know, once in a while, like every 5 years or something. And then they started putting advertisements on it, which then sped up, I think, the need to actually change them, like, because now you got a new sponsor, so, you know, change the kit at the same time. So that got sped up. And then, you know, over the 90s and noughties, you noticed fast fashion. That is probably the term for it. That sounds about right. You noticed that, like, every season, now it's like home, away, and third kit. They all change. And then now they got training kits, and the training kits change every year. And every player's got a shirt with their own number on. You can just kind of see it. You can just kind of see how there's an excessiveness to it. It concerns me a bit. Like, if we're running a risk of using all the resources on this planet, it's things like that where you're like, did we really need to do that? Did we really need free kits that change for every club every year? So if I'm gonna have, I'm just seeing how everything I've learned this season with this storage system is gonna work so much better in the next iteration. If I'm gonna have like lots of woods that start to overflow, then I need like a wood themed box. So I would want to set up an area that makes it easy for me to go to and be like, okay, wood is now stashed away over the side here. Because we want to minimize all of what I'm doing right now, all of this manual labor, where you go in and you have to look at everything and be like, oh look, here's all the wood blocks, right? So you want to make that simple. You make it simple just by lumping the stuff together, because if ever you run out and you go fishing for this stuff, then it's all in the same place. But the chances are you go for a season, you just accumulate so much stuff. Especially once you've built wood farms, you're probably not going to come fishing through these chests for a little bit of extra wood to stock up some of the things you got, you know. And now I've got an excessive amount of mangrove wood. Here's the thing, I didn't have much mangrove at all. So if you look in here, now if I want to pick this thing and take it around with me, probably be not a bad idea to have some of that in there. Fast fashion is what some of y'all think the term that's been coined for it is. It sounds right to me, fast fashion. Okay, lots of wooded bits in here. Morbrix77, thank you for 69 months, T-He. Nice. It's a long time. It is. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate you sticking around and supporting. Can't thank you enough. Okay, we've got all sorts of things here that are color-coded, right? And they're just going to keep on flowing in, basically. Yellow banners again. Some wooded stuff there. Okay, and then that copper, I'm going to go put the copper into here somewhere. Yeah, we've been storing a bit of copper back here. White banner, brown banner, yellow banners. Then we've got the light grey. Then we've got some black. I guess bamboo is wood, right? So there was one of these that had loads of bamboo in. More resin. There's so much of this stuff yet to come through. It's a bit bonkers. Like, it really did get backed up. They need to sell to make money. Yeah, it's one of the problems, right? Like, the continual need to make more money. Like, on one hand, it accelerates some things that we need done, you know? And then on the other hand, it can get a bit excessive. I don't know how one strikes the balance. Okay, white glass. We've got yellow banners, yellow blocks. Got some brown bits. Green over here. Copper I'm just going to chuck into this chest for now. Then I think I had one for bones over here. Here we go. That can go into there. And it's still just a mad jumble. How to deal with junk, right? How to deal with junk. It's all filling up again. Okay, in go these. And then we've got more bone blocks. And then we've got some white bits. Right, so if we go and look behind the wall here. This thing was running earlier. I had my camera account on, loading the area, so I could look into all these droppers. See, look at this. Now we've got this thing backed up, which we don't want. We've got a couple of heads that need to be sorted somewhere else. Yeah, this isn't good, basically. This isn't good. So let's take out, well, basically along the same lines as what we've just been doing, first of all. That's all good. Then we got some of that. More copper, more wood. Copper and wood. We won't be doing this forever, by the way, peeps. It is dull. I just wanted to get this thing fixed up in case I forgot about it, you know. So then when we come back onto the server in the future, it's not a problem. I'm like, oh, my sorting isn't working because everything's backed up. That is not something we want to deal with. What is my opinion on those filthy chest monsters? I won't go into it because I'm going to be a broken record for most of you watching, but I always just say, Mojang need to do something about the inventory in this game. It's not the game it once was, right? It's changed over time. Many blocks have been added. Need to accommodate for that. Need to rethink how this stuff works. And it kind of strikes me that it's not a priority of theirs to even consider it. Now, closed eye blossoms. I could put them in the flower chest, which has gotten pretty full. So they'll get sorted over here. I also need the open ones as well. Small indie company will get around to it one day, says King Hingle. The thing with that is that that's kind of the point, though. Like, other games have come along and done the inventory management better, including some small indie companies that have made games, right? So Mojang is lagging behind, in my opinion, on this. Right, maybe we'll make a chest for all of these ores. I am just starting to feel like, why don't I just give up? Just chuck them into garbage and be like, whatever. I can't be bothered to deal with this anymore. That should go in the pale oak, though. Again, another reason why you want to do this, though, is because occasionally you find some things that should be sorted away. Yeah, I think I'm going to just push the rest into junk. I was going to put all the ores together, but I don't think I'll bother with that. All right, so somewhere around here we've got the pale one. Here it is. Do we put saplings in here? Yeah, I had a feeling we do. And we put in leaves as well. I seem to recall us putting a grey box around here for the pale stuff. So I'll borrow one of those and that will go over here. Yeah, and now that's sorted. Hey X, may I have permission to use the selfie I took with you? Oh, the selfie we took together, what? No. Concrete shop has no concrete powder. Who owns the concrete shop? Boring in Minecraft? You watch a hermit fish for 4 hours one day. I'm never bored with the hermits. Oh, I'm glad we can entertain some way. Yeah, this is all junk. I'm fed up. I'm so fed up with sorting. Let's grab one of these. And then this should do it, really. So, well, actually, I was going to grab the stuff out of the droppers, but there's still loads of stuff in there, right? These I feel like I should put somewhere a little different. Now that's my book and quill. I don't want to lose that. Those needed to go where I was a moment ago. Okay, right. At some point, I do plan on like gathering a bunch of mementos and making a mementos room. So holding on to that would be nice. Let's see. What else we got going on? Saplings. X, understand if this is a no comment. Who is your Secret Santa? I don't know, because we did Secret Santa where you can write down like a gift to give you, so it was really pointless. Because if you don't do that, then your gift makes you think about who gave it to you. I got my sister a really, really good one, right? Really good gift. I don't know if she's thinking about who gave it to her, but it would definitely make her think if she were to stop for a second. Like, who did that come from, you know? Who would have thought of that? I reckon if she did think about it for a minute, she'd know it was me, though. But by doing lists with Secret Santa, it kind of takes the... I'm just going to put junk in here. These are all just junk now. That's basically how I feel. Those need to be like stashed somewhere though, because we use them occasionally to get heads. Brewer box. That's from my brewer, isn't it? That's from my brewer. That's where that's from. Okay, then you got all of these up here feeding into that big double chest, right? So that whole double chest was backed up originally, and we've actually drained out most of the stuff from there, which is kind of crazy. So this will be the last of the stuff to get drained from the back. White concrete in there. We've got some red blocks. I was trying to put all the woods together, but then I gave up on that. Right, still got room for more junk, and I think realistically I'm just going to clean out all of that into it. So maybe like 2 or 3. Then I was about to say, wait, Xisuma, I can use those items. That's the thing though, like there'll be stuff in here that's like you'll need at some point, right? And then you go to a farm to grab it instead of getting it back from here. So when I talk about Mojang being able to redo the inventory system, I'm not even thinking on terms of like, what if items are a little bit, air quotes, magical? Like, you can read information about them. So like, you've hooked up all of your chests to a redstone link of some sort. And then you can query, is there any honeycomb? And it's like, yeah, there's honeycomb over there. And then you go and grab it. And like, okay, currently that's not very Minecrafty. I get that. But think about the player experience. How much time are you going to save now? Like, is this what we want Minecraft to be? Constantly dealing with a whole bunch of items. I get that it's part of the game, but where they've added so much to the game, it's become too much of the game. Right? It's just become this constant, gotta deal with all this stuff. Like item frames, I'm pretty sure I need, hang on, that doesn't make sense, because they just came out of the trash. Well, in that case, I don't need to stock up item frames, they're fully stocked up. They're fully stocked up. Are you liking the new mob? Yeah, the new mob is awesome, just ask Jevin. Just ask Jevin. He knows all about the new mob. Right, any of this gonna stack on top of some existing stuff? Apparently so. Apparently so. Got a gas tier. See, gas tier should surely have a place. I think I have a brewing one somewhere. Isn't it orange? Workstation. I'm sure I set up a brewing one. Okay, I'm just going to leave that for the day that I do. Oh, there's so much of it. Just absolute junk. Never to be sorted again. Right, one last box, and then we're kind of there. Hey, look, those saplings, they should have been sorted into this box over here. May School, welcome to the chat. Jev cleaned up last night, says May School. What did he clean up? The creakings on stream. Did he clean up the creakings? Alright, I'm going to switch to standing. I've been sat for the beginning of the stream and I feel pretty good. Oh, okay. Did he get all of them? I mean, if he counted them, he would know. If he didn't count them, he may have got most of them. He got all of them. Wow, okay. Dang, he did that like... Oh, there was me surmising yesterday that this might be a thing that drags on for a while, but... Dang, he cleaned up too. Double clean up on Hermitcraft. Right, I started out with some ambition to make this reasonable, and it's just ended up being like, whatever. Chuck it all into junk. So there you go. Now we got loads of junk just sitting around. Don't know what to do with it. Great. It took him 1 hour and 30 minutes. Wow, okay. It might have taken me about an hour or so to place it all down or more. I can't remember. I didn't really keep track of that. Pixel Riffs used a technique to clean up all the sculk generators last season. Maybe Jevin used that too. Last season was season 9, and Pixel did come and play on the server for a little bit. That was such a cool part of the season, that was. But I remember building... This was around Christmas, I'm pretty sure. Me and Pix were building David. So would this be... This would have been last... I feel like it was the Christmas before last. Because we started this season in like February. So I think it was the season before last. It would have been 2022 that we did the Empires crossover. And it was this time of year, because I remember working on David with Pixel Riffs, and Christmas had just passed, and it put me in that mood. Do you want to watch those old-timey movies? I remember watching through the Indiana Jones movies whilst working on that level. Jeff just dug out the entire floor to find them all. Well, there you go. If I'd have like put them at different heights, I could have made that even more painful, but that wasn't the point. The point was to actually make it easy to clean up, so I guess it wasn't too bad to just dig out all of that floor. I think if he had tried to like suss out where they were, sort of go back and forth a bit, then yeah, that would have been quite painful. But him realizing they're all on the same height probably helped a heck of a lot. Season 9, wasn't it? Blooming Cow, that is correct. It was in Season 9. Right, so like frog lights, glowstone. I think I've got a bunch of this stuff like stashed back here now. Can I explain how I did it? Because you still don't understand. You know what? I'm not going to do this. I need my... Oh, do you know what? Let's at least do these since we got them all. I need my system back where I can see what's on each of the boxes, because I don't want to rely on that anymore. I think I want to go back to vanilla, and so the trick is to build a layout where you can see everything like side by side. We should really put sea lanterns in there. So you're going to have to use signs and item frames, and that means you're going to have to space out your shulker boxes. So you lose some compactness, but then you don't have to rely on mods to know where everything is. So yeah, can anyone remember if it was that Christmas? I think it was. I'm trying. All the Christmases, they become a blur. Memories become a bit of a blur with time. Now I'm like, what was that Christmas? It might be that this was supposed to go in one of these reserve slots. Okay, anything I need from there? Not really. I do need to stock up on food in general. Right, shulker shells is always a good one to have stocked up. I don't think I've got much else here in bulk. So, shulker shells we'll grab. What I should do... Oh my god, this is so much smarter. This is what I should do. I should take that with me. So when I open my inventory, I know what it is I'm after. And then I can do that and have the correct amount. That is a far better way of stocking up than trying to remember. So these would have actually all been stocked up. Even though we've now got a chest for coral, that's all been stocked up. That's looking healthy. Maybe ice? Maybe compressed ice as well. So there we go, look for ice. I mean, I could, with this new system, I could really go through a lot more actually. So is there anything else here that I feel like I could probably do with for building? I don't think I've got any red nether warts. Pretty sure I can stock that up. There might be a few things here, like I might have some gold ore lying around, but I'm not too fussed about that. This right here, we've got loads of copper. I'm going to take the whole box and redo that. We've got loads of excess copper, so that is not set up to catch those things. All of these look pretty good, right? Glass, there's probably like a lot of it over there. Let's try that one as well. Let's try stocking up some glass. Polished deep slate. Make sure I got a bunch of that. Not too bothered about sand. Don't know what's supposed to go there. No, they're just 3 slots. Now we found a ghast here earlier, so we should go grab that ghast here. Redstone's relatively well stocked up. There won't be much I can grab from elsewhere to put in there. And I could probably top up some of these woods, but you know, not a big deal. Just trying to catch the stuff that makes a difference when I'm out and about, really. You don't have the item scroller, but it's another one I think with Tweakaroo. You hold down your shift button. I've never really used that item scroller mod. Where did I put the ghast here? Don't tell me it ended up in the junk. There it is. There it is. So we'll take that one back with us. So we want to redo copper and get some glass. Let's do the other stuff first, like ice. There should be a box of ice. Maybe it's blue. Okay, so we've got compressed ice over here, but that's it. Then we need to find some deep slate. And then some... That's mud. Blackstone, maybe? No, obsidian. Obsidian's one to make sure I got topped up because of portals. Oh, there you go. Blackstone isn't even done. X, are you a fan of reading? If yes, what's your favourite ring to read for articles or books? I like listening to audiobooks. I would read, but it gives me a headache. So, audiobooks it is. Ice can go up there. So brewing, we want to put in that. So those will get filtered out now. What's the other thing that popped into my mind I want to do over here? Now I want to craft some redstone bits. There was something else. I don't know, it's gone. Right, warp stem. Having these iron bars in the shulker is aesthetically pleasing. Definitely stealing that idea. Well, earlier I used barriers, or at least the barrier texture. I remember what it was. It was obsidian, right? Yeah, so I want to fill that up. What about the light one as well? That's full. I think it's the nether chest that has these logs in. There you go. Maybe you need reading glasses. I have them because I get headaches whilst reading as well. I've tried glasses. On or off, it gives me a headache. You listened to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire audiobook because the font was too small, so I followed along with it. Oh, that's an interesting idea, like having the book and the audio. That would be a really interesting experiment. Just to see what the experience is like. Narrated by Stephen Fry. There's a good voice to listen to. I can imagine listening to Stephen Fry doing some narration would be quite pleasant. Oh, that's like a shop-related thing. That'll go in the Mementos trinkets thing later in the season, I guess. That's another long-term project, though. I really want to like finish everything I set out to do this season. I want to, at the end of the season, I don't want to have like any stuff unrealized. So what do we need in here now is, if you think about filters, like we could have done with more honeycomb. I don't know why string is in there. That feels like a mistake to me. I don't think string has a place with this. I think that's just like a bit of a mistake. So getting in a few stacks of each of the different levels here is superb. One thing I've noticed though is that I'm running very low on the regular copper and my copper farm is broken. I might have to build a new or a different one. Ah, and you can see here I fixed the whole textures thing. This was broken in my resource pack, so I had to redo it. So let's also get some of those bulbs. I think are a good idea to have. They're also nice to texture with. We'll take those. We'll take another stack of that. I don't think I'm going to focus on grates, but just expanding what we carry around with us in our backpack. That's kind of the idea. There's some bulbs there. Cool. Alright, I think that'll do. I think that'll do just fine. Then glass is next. And we were getting a lot of glass through, so the colours that we got through would have been full, like the white over there. So that's fine. Right. We've been here for 40 minutes just sorting items. This is something I would normally do off camera. But since it's the holiday season, and I'm just gonna like in between things. What happened there? Glow lichen got in. I figured let's do this on camera. Yesterday we cleaned up a prank. Usually the sort of thing I'd do off camera. Now we're just doing some of this together. I thought we got loads of red glass through as well. Apparently not. Okay, that one's stocked up, so is that one. Okay, black stained glass. Yeah, there you go. What about glass panes? I didn't really check on that. I think we'll leave it there. I could do with smelting and picking up some more glass, and I realized that I don't know how I forgot, but I went out to the desert, got loads of sand, and then came back and I was like, oh, so there's loads of this here. We should smelt that up. Alright, now I could put them back on the wall, but we're basically done with the sorter, so they go straight into here. I think we're going to make... I was tempted to do some building today. If we have time, I'm definitely going to head over there and start setting up all my boxes and stuff again for building. But we're going to make a mural today, I think. That's what we'll do. That'll be our thing today. Make a mural. You know I want to keep cracking those out? That doesn't sound right. Turning those out? You keep getting Twitch ads for cryptocurrency. Reminds me of the Season 8 storyline. Love that. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, my dude. Glad you enjoyed it. At the time, I felt like people didn't quite get what I was trying to do with that, but I've learned over time some of you did indeed totally understand what I was trying to do, and that's always good to hear. Right, keep a box on us for junk. Let's check the notes. We've done that, and I've done that as well. There's only one thing really left on the notes for now. Let's put that over here then. Do need to go get some food at some point, but we can survive on this for now. Let's head over to Loglands and smelt some sand into glass. Is that bit new? Every time I look over in this way, I'm like, no, that's not new. There's always something new, but there's so much of it now, it's like, I'm not sure which bit's new or not. Have I had a nice holiday so far? I had a great Christmas. It was great. There's not so much going on right now. Whew. Hoping to see friends later today, though, so that's always nice. Yeah, Distracted by Slimes. It's the name of my new song. Okay. Gonna go smelt some glass, that's all. Where do you go for your audiobooks? Audible. That's where I get mine. I'm currently listening to President Bush's, the second one, his book Decision Points, because I listened to Barack Obama's, found that really fascinating, super interesting, very articulate individual. Barack is, and then George W. Bush at the time. I remember when I was young, I didn't like that guy at all, but I kind of look back at how I used to think about stuff, and you know, I can reassess some of that. So I thought let's like hear, like, you know, let's hear it from his perspective of his book. And so far, it's definitely interesting and fascinating, like hearing stories from inside the White House and stuff. But it feels a little bit, I don't know, a little bit withdrawn from going into too much detail, let's say. So it kind of feels like it's going to be quite a soft read where you walk away from it thinking, I don't know. By the way, we've got noises in the ear. We got Morbrick77 here for 69 months. I did actually read that one out, didn't I? And Death Dealer Whitey is here with the Prime for 33 months saying, hey dude, hope you had a good Christmas. You too, my friend. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I definitely enjoyed mine. It just feels so short. And I think next year I really want to do more with the time. That is at least my goal. Right, so if I chuck that stuff into my backpack, then we're good to move on. Because all we want is two of these to get us started. Oh, it's only one. Oh, fair enough. Just to keep it all topped up, you know. And that is the end of our chest sorting inventory management saga. It's always a saga with this stuff. I do want to keep the area loaded while it's smelting. That's the point. I also, every time I like work on this project, I'm always like checking how it works and stuff, because sometimes if you smelt too much, the items get caught up there. And at some point in a stream, we're going to come over here and, God, we're getting closer and closer to it. In the new year, we will be over here in Loglands, kicking it off to the next level. I've been talking about it so many times. Oh yeah, that's right. It stores all of this in memory, so it's got to send out another 5 to pick up the items. It's a really cool system. I forgot if you asked, how long are you planning to stream? I'll be streaming for over another hour or so. Alright, so with... Hey, is it nighttime? No, I thought I saw some movement in here. Well, I guess there was movement. There's water moving and there's blocks moving. Yeah, we're going to go do a mural. I guess we've got to figure out what we're going to do, right? Any ideas, chat, for murals? Have you been thinking of some? Some you want to see me do? Queen Tail, Tally, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night's sleep. You can make a happy little tree, says Lightly Lucid. For who and what would be the statistic? Maybe a shop-inspired one. Yeah, I need a statistic, a hermit, you know, for all that stuff to make sense. Right, now if I'm not mistaken, I think what happens is, I think one item gets left behind and it gets picked out when the first minecart goes out of the next run. But we'll move on for that now, because it's done its job. You were thinking of the Impulse graffiti murals. Oh, okay. I could possibly do another one, right? Like, there's no reason I can't. Let's see. We've still got to fix Scar's wings. Like, how did that... I swear, did I make it like that? I don't think I made it like that, but how did it end up like that? Cleo and the armor stand, Pearl and the purper, Mumbo and the llama. So this area here looks real good now that we've got a bunch in a row. Nether quartz. I don't know who that's for. Or is it just an example one? I don't feel like anyone's had a story that's revolved around that. So with Mumbo, I think the trick would be to get the spit. So if we have like a Mumbo like here, just with like a shocked expression, standing up, not on the ground, maybe we could do the heads thing where we've got a couple of llamas heads like spitting at him. So it's like llama head here, Mumbo there, and spit going across the middle is kind of our little showing off what you can do with the armor stands. I don't know quite what the word is there. You could use string as spit. I think it would look too like string, right? Like we want something. Like, remember we use ghast tears for tears? I mean, they are tears, so they look like tears. But what most looks like spit? Remember, we can also scale items, so maybe a scaled string that's very small might actually look like it. I want to start by fixing this today, I think, though. So let's go grab... I need to grab a sunflower to do that. And let's have a look at some items and see if we can figure out what might be spit. I think... I just feel like a bit of gravity towards doing Mumbos today. You know, every time we head over there, I just kind of see what I feel like. See what we get a little vision for. White dye! Good suggestion. Snowballs is a great one, and I have no shortage of snowballs. I think white dye is a little bit much, maybe. Snowballs will look like snowballs, even small. I think white dye. Okay, we're getting quite a few suggestions. I like the idea of using wind charge. Actually, that's really. See that actually looks like a ghast tear if you just spin it round the right way. Might that be why it's on its side? To not look like a ghast tear or to get confused with it? Who knows? I've forgotten. I've just started opening stuff, looking for something, and then I'm like, I've already forgotten what I'm looking for. Wind charge, wasn't it? The wind charge is somewhere down this end. Here it is. I think we should go with wind charge. Look at that. I think that's our spit right there. It's a nice reason to use this as well. So we need armor stands. We'll have that. We'll have the spit. We need llama heads and a Mumbo head. So I've got a wandering trader head. I've got lots of those. 2 llama heads. I think I'm going to end up using 1, right? I think we'll go with the creamier one because it's going to stand out a little better from the blocks around it. Oh, that one actually. That'll really stand out. What would be the background, chat? What would be behind Mumbo? Would it be... I think we should go look at his base to get some inspiration. I was thinking emeralds because you trade them with a wandering trader. But I don't know if he's got a trading llama or a regular llama, but that would be thematically a good direction to go in. Magma blocks for the floor. Ooh, that would really like pop out from over there, wouldn't it? Pretty sure magma is in an orange, or maybe it was over here. Oh, it's in a red. It's in a red one. Okay, so we got that. Is there something we could pair with the magma block? It would look good the whole way top. We'll go look at Mumbo's space to figure that out. We'll look at that out. So that's a good start. Mumbo's head next. Okay, so I need to go and look up Mumbo. You know, it's funny. Like, I think both Mumbo and Tango changed their usernames like 10 years ago or something. And they were able to actually get the name like Tango or Mumbo. They're pretty like, I don't know, they strike me as like the more simple and straightforward the user name, like a 5-letter word. It strikes me as something that would get snapped up, you know? I'm noticing that Mumbo's got like a grey streak in his hair. We'll take an aging Mumbo here. Okay, I have stolen his skin. Sorry, Mumbo. It's part of how we do what we do here. He's greying. I don't have any grey hairs yet. I think genetically, based on my granddad and my dad, I probably won't get grey hair for a long time. But you never know. When I do, I'll be like, ah, getting old. Right, let's add the Mumbo skin. I am ready to be Mumboified. Identity theft is not a joke, X. I am thieving his identity. Always feels a bit precarious leaving these on the ground, but you know. It's not like a creeper's gonna just sneak up on me. Okay, let's use these up. Somewhere with a low ceiling. Didn't we do it here before? So I'm closer to the ceiling. Oh, and I got the blooming beacons on. No, don't read the book. Die. Oh, and now I'm over here. And I've got those precarious items on the... Oh, this is stupid. This is stupid. In here I have ender pearls. I didn't think through the plan, did... There was no plan. That's an old skin. Is that a joke? Because of the hair? Are we clowning on Mumbo now? Right, now the beacon can be on. Now it's quite convenient. Thanks. I got everything back. That concerns me. And I got the Mumbo head. Very good. Very good. Let's change me back. I already missed Xisuma. I'm so glad that we did this. This was so spontaneous and not thought about. I was just like, I'm going to make a Xisuma skin. You know? And I realised it's a lot of fun to celebrate the new stuff with a funky skin. It's kind of a tradition around here, really. Okay, let's get this better organised. And then in here, restock that. As you do. All right, we're looking reasonable again. We're looking reasonable, chat. We are organized. We've got what we need. We're going to go make a mural after we visit Mumbo's base. Does Doom Guy have hair? Under the helmet, I believe so. It's much more fun when it's spontaneous, isn't it? Says AC and Tuck. It is actually. It's something I'm learning a little bit lately. Is that spontaneity is quite rewarding. I'm usually a very structured sort of individual, and where I've allowed myself to be a little more loose and go with the flow at times, I've actually had a lot of fun doing various things because of that. I think somewhere over there, is that the entrance system? She's a little free cam here because it's nighttime. That's okay. So that there is the llama that kills you. So if I wanted to include anything else, it'd be mangrove and deep slate. That's kind of the build theme here, right? And is it this little chamber? Not sure what this is actually for, this bit. Oh, is that's the entrance there. And you die to get into the base. So you fall down, you get killed by the llama, and then you go into the base. Something like that. But it's pretty consistent that deep slate and mangrove wood are the other materials. Don't normally see this base from this angle, do we? It's just so much stuff. It's proper fun to fly through. You know what Joel could do is possibly make like a little hoops race. Oh, although tight little bits, like some of these corridors and alleyways and stuff might be a bit tricky, but having an elytra flight course through all of this could be really cool. Once you start to learn it, you'll probably learn to fly through all the like tiny gaps and stuff. Anyway, let's get back to small chunks. Did I see Joel's new billboard? I have not. What's on the billboard? Right, let's start by putting down the magma blocks, just so we can be like, do we like that? Because we've got options. We got options, peeps. There's deep slate. There's mangrove. We got options. Ow. Ow. Ow! Xisuma was harmed in the creation of this mural. I feel like it would just add... I kind of like the simplicity. Let's look at what we've done. We added smokers there. We put the one block in. There's a little bit of mixing it up, but most of the time we go pretty consistent and plain. Maybe one block is different. And I feel like it's when they're stylistically complementary that we put in the block. Here it's theme. There it's the creaking. Here it's the trial chamber. So we could put in a deep slate block. I just feel like it wouldn't really do much. But I think there's like one little spot we can add a block that maybe just, you know, improves how it looks by 0.1%, which is just behind the lectern. Have a little bit of deep slate. Honestly, that is just so little. I don't really feel like there's anywhere else to put it that says a lot. Nah, let's get rid of that. That doesn't make any sense. Right, we're just going to go with magma the whole way through then. I don't think we want to change it up too much. It works. I don't think we're going to gain much by adding other stuff. Plus, it provides a really nice contrast for the wind charge. Then we've got to dress up Mumbo. Who's on the board? Is Lizzie on the board, is what you're saying? You put Lizzie on it similar to the billboard on Blade Runner. Oh! Interesting. I'm trying to think of what the Blade Runner... yeah, what the Blade Runner billboard is. I'll probably recognise it when I see it. Iconic movie, right? Some mangrove stairs could look good. Well, we keep the walls flat. Right, I think calling it like this makes sense. So I want to make that llama head bigger, and I think I might make Mumbo small just for the lols. Just because I think it'll look funny. We've got to put arms on him and armor, so... Now what kind of poses? I feel like something with the arms up in front. Because you're going to be... sort of shielding yourself, so... this right here, like if the head's going backwards, and the arm is, that's kind of inwards. What's this one going to do? Like that? Honestly, this arm looks horribly rotated. I'm not sure which bit is the worst bit of it. Maybe he's got like both of his arms spun round. That's a leg. So he's trying to like protect himself from the incoming spit. Yeah, I'm going to mess around with this rotation a bit more. Let's try... Yeah, like that. Yeah, there's something to that. A little less on this side. Gonna have to rotate the armor stand like this a fair bit, I think. Then the legs, I don't think the legs are right. So the body has, yeah, like a little rotation there that takes it off a bit. And then can we perhaps... you know what, that kind of looks right now. You've never watched Blade Runner, it's on your list. If you do watch it, the sequel movie that they made is incredible. That's on my list of something to watch again. I've got it on Blu-ray. I'd like to watch that again at some point. Whenever I'm in the mood for like actually watching a movie all the way through. I'm never really in the mood for that. I usually want to, you know, unless I'm like taking an evening off deliberately or going somewhere, like watching a movie is great. But if I'm at home, it's like, I think I want to just do stuff here. Okay, I've got a blank book and quill. You know, like crack on with making videos or doing whatever. Gonna need a bunch more of those, actually. I don't know what I came back to look for, but we just need some leather. Need some leather, need a crafting bench. We got a crafting bench. Awesome. Mumbo welcomes the spit, though. That's true. That's true, but I think it will look funnier in the mural. Or maybe, no, maybe like he's puffing his chest out, right? And his arms are back. And we put a blob of spit directly on the chest piece? Does that sound like a good direction to go with it? Because you're right, he actually welcomes death with the llama. Mumbo wears the black suit, so it's all black leather for Mumbo. What do we think, chat? Should he be looking to the side? There is always that question of looking towards the camera, aka the player. Ambitious Star 23, thank you for using your Amazon Prime on me. Oh, mouth burps, excuse me. Appreciate it. 6 months, my dude. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, classic Mumbo. In his black suit. You know what? Mumbo's is... I have his skin on the other screen. Let me go look at it. It's like, it's black, but it's like a little bit grey. Yeah, it is actually... It's not like pitch black, is it? It's greyish, so... let's take some of that back. Sorry, Mumbo. Gonna have to undress you. Every time I say something like that, I just think of Cub fan and his horns. It's like, whoops. Yes, that's more Mumbo, isn't it? That's more Mumbo. There you go. Mumbo in his grey suit. So yeah, now I'm sort of thinking like he could be off the ground a little bit too. And there's a pose I could see working here. We need something with his arms at the side. Formal is probably a good starting place. So let's swing that's the arm. Yeah, okay, that's the wrong arm for me to figure out what's going on here. Still the wrong arm. Yeah, so I reckon about 20 on that axis. We'll keep that at 22. It's this one over here we've got to adjust. So now we've got Mumbo in more of a arms out pose. I think this is going to have to come down. It's kind of got it. Except then we want the body to come forward a bit. And then the legs to both be swinging back. I think the head needs to be back. Yeah, the head's... Right, and then the whole rotation thing needs to be a bit more like that. So we come over here and we can kind of see it a bit. Right, then let's... we want no base plate. We want to keep the arms. Gravity is... It needs to be a no. Let's raise him a quarter block off the ground. That's really good. Now he's like lifted. Alright, so then over on this side, we're just going to have like the llama head coming out of the wall. So that'll mean a rotation here of about... 90. Again, though, we want the head to sort of look forward towards the player a little bit. Now, this head's going to be higher up, spitting down at Mumbo. And then we've got that sideways tilt, so we can see its face. Okay, let's make it invisible, no base plate, and no gravity. I'm going to raise it up a block. And then we need to nudge it, like, into the wall. Is that enough? I think this llama head needs to be bigger, doesn't it? Like way bigger. Yeah, that's the way. Giant llama head. Here to spit at you and stuff. So how many spits do we have? One at the mouth, one in the middle, one on the chest? And I wonder if we can get away with putting them on the same armor stand. So let's do those two. Show the arms. That's the one. Then just swap the hands and put the other one on. Yeah, so we're not going to get them all in the same plane together, like the same sideways plane. Which is probably means we're going to have to use multiple of these. Right, what I would like is to take the one off the head then. One in the hair! That might be funny. Let's leave that there. So let's spin this thing up. Oh, weren't we going to make this smaller as well? That's another thought. So I could see it's probably handling the middle and the mouth from here. But we want to change the scale. Let's try 0.5. That's not 0.5. Hello? Okay, there we go. Let's rotate those arms. Not that way. That way? Then we sort of space them further apart. Okay, we've got no gravity, so let's go up a block. Okay, so that's like a -1. I don't know. I don't know. I'm starting to think this isn't working, but I know why, and I know what direction I want to go in. So let's say we go back to full scale. I'm going to put one on the head, do that, so I can take it off. So we're just going to use the head as the main position here. Okay, all the head and stuff is aligned, so all this arm stuff doesn't really matter anymore because we're going to make it invisible. Then we're going to move it down half a block, maybe a whole block. Okay, that's good. I reckon we put this over here. All right, now we've got to move it towards us. Down a bit. Like it's hitting Mumbo right in the chest. I think a little bit of rotation might be good here. That's more like it. Okay. That's definitely more like it. Now, I think what we need is a trail. And I was going to use white dye, but then I keep thinking about transparency, right? So let's go in here. And let's get a bunch of... You know, I was going to go with white, but light grey. Light grey could work, couldn't it? So we give it a piece of... Well, we can't just yet. Didn't do the arms. Okay, move to the heads. Scale is definitely going to be a thing here. It's going to be like 0.25, I think. And again, what is with this thing? It doesn't let me type it in. There we go. Right, I can see where that is. I can still see where it is. The next trick is like, how far back do we go here? See, that's a whole one, and it's slightly forward of that, but I think that'll be okay. I'm going to change this to like 3-3. Ah, it does it again. Maybe actually 5. Yeah, and I think we're gonna do this with less like precision and more feel. I also reckon a little bit of rotation here might be good. A little bit of that. I was thinking more like that. Is it going to be too obvious that it's just a glass pane? Maybe this isn't the best idea. We're trying to learn, obviously. Okay. I don't know, it's too square, isn't it? It's too obvious. Depends on the angle. So maybe we can make it less square if we... Okay, that's wrong. We want that exactly where it was. And that one. Like, what if we go like that? To about here somewhere? And again, now it feels like the scale is off, so... We'll try messing with that. Oh, each time you change the scale, you've got to mess with everything else a fair bit. And then make a little trail going back to the mouth. Maybe a candle. I hadn't thought of using a candle. Dang. I mean, we could have a tongue coming out of its mouth. Maybe we don't need all this stuff in the middle. I don't know. We're just trying things. It doesn't really, like, the one on its own does not add a sense of motion. It just looks like a glass pane that's been put behind it. It's not quite right. Maybe just make a trail with small white blocks. Honestly, that might work really well. I've got white wall. I can't help but feel that white concrete would be the best choice. Let's go get some white concrete and a sunflower. That's the other thing I need. Smaller snowballs. Yeah. I have a feeling. I've got a weird feeling that the block might just work better here. That would be over in this section now, wouldn't it? There you go. And then snowballs are over here. Somewhere. Okay, and then a sunflower, right? Okay, blocks that have 3D so you have it more dynamic feeling. You can rotate it randomly. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. My gut says that'll look better than snowballs. Because snowballs will just feel like snowballs. Whereas this could potentially feel like a particle effect. So, we've already got one there. Let's go ahead and swap it onto the head. Uh-oh. I'll have that back then. Thanks. Maybe I'll click here. And hope we got it right. Nope. Uh-oh. Mumbo. No, I don't want your pants. Oh gosh, how do I get it back? How do I get it back, Mumbo? No! I'm just derobing Mumbo. Oh, there we go, I got it. Yikes. Okay, that's interesting. It's now difficult to do this one. There we go, got it. Swap those around. Yeah, that's going to look better, because it's going to have like a tumbling look to it. And I think this needs to be like 0.2, maybe even smaller than that. Honestly, maybe even that sort of size isn't so bad. You know, when I change it one number at a time, you can barely see anything change. Now, actually, maybe it is a bit too small, because I was standing close to it. Let's try that again. Dang it, you got to do it like that. Yeah, how close you're standing to it makes a difference. Oh, that's kind of near where we want it to be, as it goes. Kind of near where we want it to be. Although, are we trying to make a trail? You know, having a few blocks across... I'm not feeling it. You know, I'm not feeling this either, and there was one other idea I think we should try. I can actually make it right here. Grey? I want a white one. Or would it have that yellowish default? Let's find out. Yo, I'm trying to click on you. What's going on, son? Here we go, here we go. Swap. Uh-huh. Then get that block back. Okay, gonna change the scale size. Okay, I see what's going on here. I know what to do. Why can't I... Like, this is right where it is, right? Is it now... Ugh. I can't click on it. How weird. Maybe it's like behind a block all of a sudden. Yeah, okay. I think now it makes sense just to... Oh, do you know what? I can't even see where it is. Is it towards me or is it away? I think I might have just put it further away. What one are we looking for? We're looking for that one. It's back there. Modify. I think it was to bring that forward. Yeah, there you go. That came towards us. Right. Let's just start that one again, because that's been a complete mess. So, let's put you here. Gonna put that on your head. Right, now here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna look really weird. Once I figure out, that'll do the job. Yep, that's how I want it. Okay, that's phase 1. I think I can tell already that this is gonna be smaller. Oh, I did it again. Okay. Then we're gonna rotate. So we're sort of like the same rotation as the llama head. Then we're gonna move this thing, yeah, not that way by 1. -1. Upwards by 1. Here we go, here we go. Gonna give it a tongue. That I think is pretty comical. Oh, there's not much in it. There's not much in it. Okay, make it invisible. The llama got a tongue. The llama's tongue is white. You make a very good... I don't know why I was thinking it was white. It would be like a pinkish reddish, right? I don't know what was up with that decision. It's so obvious now that I read chat. It's so obvious. Let's give it a pink tongue. Maybe turn the candle around. I like the way the wick comes out at the end, though. I think that's funny. So we do the swap. No. No, we don't. Ah, this old problem. This old problem. Okay. There might be a better way to deal with this, which is to turn off the invisibility. Uh-huh. So now we're actually clicking at the right one. Swap those around. Take that back. Then we just make these invisible. Let's give it a lock. Invisible, give it a lock. Give it a lock. And then we want one more. Yeah, give it a lock. All right. Oh, wait. Didn't I make those invisible and lock them? Could have swore I just did that. There you go. We got a llama sticking its tongue out on Mumbo. Mumbo's proudly getting shot in the chest. I think that's pretty funny. And this book statistic might not actually be correct. Killed by llama. Interesting. Why is Mumbo not on here? I reckon it's because Mumbo's probably been killed by a trader llama. Which would mean I may have to go fix some stuff. Let's do scoreboards, objectives, set display. Let's go for list, scoreboard.killed. Killed by. Now, is there a trader llama? There is. Okay, so that book is the wrong book. We got one. We had one in a chest around here, I think. He died by magma, even being hit after being hit by the llama. I think that counts as a trader llama death, though, right? I hope it does. Because it creates that message where you like try to escape. Killed by trader llama. It might not be. It might not be that way. Which would really suck because then we would have to redo this. I'm probably not going to redo it. I'm probably just going to leave the killed by llama one there. So then you can be like, oh, okay, so Grian was killed by a llama. What happened there? Llama is definitely on the death message. Yeah, so you know it's like you get that message, so-and-so fell to their death while escaping a skeleton. I don't know if that's counted as a skeleton kill or not. So if it is, then this will be okay. If it's not, it won't. But we'll leave that there and we'll find out later. So that is something we'll have to learn another day, peeps. Mumbo was killed by a llama whilst trying to escape the danger zone. Is that the full death message right there? Scar should be on there also. Thanks for reminding me. The next thing we're doing is Scar related. Okay, some of this stuff goes back into these boxes, right? Not the white concrete, not the snowball, not that. Yeah, all of that stuff goes back into storage. Okay, let's pack this away then. While we're on top of it. Yeah, we're all good, we're all good. Up there you go. Sweet. That's pretty good. Alright, time to try and fix Scar. So, the big issue is this one at the front here. That is not a great place to have it. Now, scale 3 is very important. It's very important. What I'm going to do is move it... Okay. Move it out of the way a fair bit. So like 5 is the number. Because we might want to refer to some of its properties. Like scale. We already know we want scale. Okay. No, don't do that yet. Right, those are the properties that I need. We need to put that on the head. We need scale 3. Now, this right here, this rotation, 60 and 180. I'm not sure if we need the 180, but the 60. I think if we go minus 60, no. Interesting. What about 120? Like double it? Or maybe just 180. That's too much. So that is actually, that kind of looks like it's in the same plane, right? Now I guess I can make my life easy here if I line them up in a particular way. Let's get this thing like closer to this one. Then let's move it down half a block, a whole block. Okay, not quite either of those. I think I need to, yeah, I think I need to adjust this one too. Wow, that was kind of quick. So this, if you think about it, they're now putting that thing in the same place it was before, and we moved this 5 blocks in that direction. So if I go move this thing 5 blocks wrong way, oh, what would you know? We've made light work of that. There's another element to be done here though. Okay, that's not actually inside the block, yet it partially... I think I might just take the win there and say it's not... It's now bronze more than yellow, but the idea was that it would be in this space here, and it is, but because it goes through a wall, that changes. It's not completely dark, but it's partial. I don't recall that being a thing, but it's a thing. What is the meaning of Scar's armor stand? It is indeed most deaths, as someone else has pointed out. It says it right there. Okay, so now we want to look at what we're modifying here. It's that one, right? Oh, that was not very handy. Oh, wait, there's something... Wait, is there something else at the front there? What's that doing? I actually think that might be the one that has the feathers. So it still makes it a bit awkward to click on this. Oh my goodness me, that's rough. I didn't realize they look like that. Well, now we know what we're editing. It appears to be on the head. Yeah, look at that. So weren't the wings like in a different position? Maybe I'm wrong this whole time. It just all of a sudden looked wrong to me one day. But if we can move this like up and out of the way a bit, that's kind of good. So I think I'm going to move it more in the way. Let's cancel all of that. No, I'm going to move it more in the way. I think this is going to need quite a big rework to get the armor stand out of the way. Just trying to think if there's another way we could do this. I need a feather. Was there anything to go back in here? Guess I could throw that in there. I should have some feathers in here. Wouldn't it be lighter if you put the light behind the wall where the body of the armor stand is? Hey, it might. It's worth a try, right? Because usually they get blacked out. That one wasn't fully blacked out, so... It's bronzy, we know this. That's brighter. That's definitely brighter. Without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, we'll put one up there as well. Maybe it's even brighter still. That's good. We've made that better. Cub is in the lead, yes. Cub is in the lead on deaths. You can rotate it so it's behind the wall. Not really. I can rotate it so it's in the wall. Look at how it's placed relative to where it is. It'd be inside those blocks. That's why they're out the front here, like this. It's a lesson. This is the very first one that I did, and it's like, the first lesson I've learned is not to do them this way. So what we want to do is, this is why I was trying to get a feather, is to, like, look at the potential rotations. So if we show the arms... And, oh, no, not like that. If we bring this arm out. And then we rotate, not that one, but this one, I think. Yeah, so look at that. That's what we've been going for with this. Now, I think when I first did this, I didn't think about that. And I reckon that is going to be further back there. And if we rotate the heads... on the Z-axis, we can get what looks like a wingspan, I think. That's probably the better way to do this. I'm confident enough to break this now. So the thing to take note of is scale was 2. Oh, that one actually sat in a different position. That's interesting. That one wasn't in the way. So we need to keep them out of the way of the lectern is the big thing. So one on either side. Ah, I think I know what's going to happen next. We want the arms so that we can do that. Okay, so base plate, gravity, arms. Give you this. Put it on your head. So now the issue is this one is like in need of a spin. Yeah. In order to be like the other side. And that's going to put it out of position. We know what number this is. This is 180. So now the alignment is different. Also, the entity scale is very important to set that early. Very important to do that early. They kind of, tell you what, they kind of look a bit too big, right? So notice how now it's like out. This is actually the same problem I think I had before. So even though we found a different way to display this item, it's going to run into the same problem. Let's go ahead and start to move it backwards, and then at some point it's going to go dark. There you go. So the most I can move it is to about there. And that's probably just enough to get away with it. So I think we've done a good job here. Let's now... do we rotate the heads? Yes. And I think we're going to very much be winging this part. Pun intended. Like, we'll take the 25. But then when it comes to this, we're going to go by look and feel. It is actually like a little bit, like, too out front, I think. It's too obvious. I mean, you can kind of get away with it when you glance at it from further back. But it comes down a lot of the front here. So, let's try pushing that up again. See, it needs to be below the arm. I think it's good enough. It's going to work. Okay, so again, we're going to wing a lot of this. Ah, this is why it comes forward. So you can't even see it. So then we're going to end up with the armor stand in the same awkward position we had it in a minute ago. It's going to be like slightly less intrusive. That's frustrating. We've run into the same problem again. Unless like this here was minus 90. Hello. But then now that, hang on a second. Can we like double this up? So we've got 180 on, what have we got? We got 180, 125. 180. Would that be minus 1 for that side? I think it'd be minus 1. Yeah, that's minus 25. Interesting. Now, I know the height isn't correct here. But now, it's sort of there. In fact, this one is way further back. Maybe my trick of spinning it around didn't actually do anything. I think I might have just been a bit mistaken there, unfortunately. But look at the way they're balanced. This has got to come a lot further forward. They still look like wings. We haven't really made that big of an improvement here, unfortunately. So let's set it to invisible. Let's lock it. No, invisible, yeah. Then lock it. Okay, it's locked. Invisible and lock. There's some bugginess with that, I've noticed. So now if you click from just this angle over here, yeah, it's about the same as it was before, unfortunately. And you could possibly argue it doesn't look as good. Oh, I think this just needs to be nudged down a little here. Yeah, it probably doesn't look quite as good. Whatever, I thought I could fix it because I thought I'd learnt things. Then I learned that the same old lessons applied. Why feathers are not elytra? I guess because we want to do stuff with armor stands, right? We want to make it look interesting. You know, you got a point though. The wing icon would perfectly sit behind there, looking like a pair of wings. Shall I give it a try, chat? Shall I give it a try? Do I even have a spare pair of wings? We could go to the end dimension and try and get some. Elytra wings don't look like angel wings, though. That is true. And now some of you are speaking up and saying that you like the feathers, so fair enough. Feathers are like angel wings. Okay, we won't do that then. It did make me wonder, though, how many backup wings do I actually have? I don't think I have any. I seem to recall having a couple earlier in the season, but now I have none. So let's put that in the notes book for another day. Alright, get backup wings. Cool. Now that we're done, I think I need to put some things away at the spawn chunks still. That I kind of know. Oh, it's all going to go through into bulk, but yeah. Top left. Wait, top left? You saw 3 pairs in the top left. Well, I am just not paying attention. Okay, so I do have elytras. Good to know. Thank you, chat. Should we see if Cleo has mending books? I guess I no longer need that line in the book. Let's go see if Cleo has some books, because it's been a... Last time I was there, it weren't stocked up. I can't remember if I shot her a message or not. Hey, X, you have that gift from Jevin. What gift is that? What gift is that? I got a free item gift. Let's go to the kiddie cafe. 1 book? I'm going to buy it just because it's the last one. They could jack the price up for that. 1 left. Double the price. I go, quick, scarcity. I don't actually need this, but I'm going to buy it anyway. Because of scarcity. Oh, Jevin has an elytra shop. Ah, yeah. So I could also buy one. Wait, so my free item gift, I could go get an elytra, yeah. I guess I could. Let's go to the spawn chunks. Let's go over there. Let's go. Yeah, I had a feeling I'd left some stuff lying around. Scar was looking at the last book, but he didn't want to be the guy. To be the guy what? Oh! In the shop. Like he saw it and then went, I don't want to be the one. Dude, why not? Just buy it. I mean, I literally brought it because it was the last one left. I do want to put it on a lighter. I should have got an Unbreaking book as well. I just saw that one and dashed. So there we go. Another mural down. How many do we have left to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 to go. That means we've done 10. So we're like approaching halfway. It's pretty cool. Did the llama book refresh? It doesn't matter because I'm the only one on the server, so. I mean, we could see if I've been killed by a trader llama, but that statistic isn't particularly helpful to us. You came late. What does the llama book represent? Killed by trader llama. That looks so silly up there. So silly. Okay then. I'm breaking. Wait, mending? Wait, I brought Unbreaking? I thought I brought mending. What is going on? Well, I'm buying mending then. I'm buying both of them. I'm that guy. I buy the last of the books. Oh, what is going on today? Where is the attention at? Payment, that's it, payment. Christmas, we are all burned out. Yeah, your head's just in a different place around Christmas, isn't it? Nothing's normal. Nothing's in order. Alright, let's go. Slap these onto an anvil. That'll do. So my book selection. See, this section barely got used. It does have some stuff up here. Mending. Yeah, that's the only one that's got any, so... let's grab these. Almond's Choice! Thank you so much for subscribing! Welcome to the channel. Thank you for a subscription, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Appreciate the support. Oh, I need levels. Oh, where on earth will I get those from, eh? Oh my god. Oh. Let's flick the lever of hope and wishes. Oh, look. Oh, look at that. Right, that's a horse. Shouldn't this be a horse? Maybe. Maybe it should be a horse. Hex, I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Between the effort of keeping up the server and making entertaining videos, we appreciate it. Thank you. Only one can... Broby? Only one can Broby. Yeah, we were talking about Star Wars yesterday, and Cybot was explaining it to me that... So, Darth Mule, I went and watched it back. There's a clip of it on YouTube. In episode 1... he gets sliced in half by Obi-Wan Kenobi and falls into the pit. And it's sort of done like death, you know? He's sliced in half, he falls into a bottomless pit, Darth Mule's done, right? Surely. Well, apparently he comes back in the Clone Wars and some other Star Wars series, and the Han Solo movie is based between episodes 3 and 4. And so when you see Darth Mule in that, it's because he actually survived that fall. So I guess it makes sense. There's some other stuff in there that brings him back into the whole Star Wars universe. But in that first movie, I definitely consider that like a death, but you can maybe get away with it because technically you don't like see a lot of blood and guts. You see him chopped in half, and you know, okay, fair enough. Like, maybe he survived that somehow. Maybe he used the dark side of the Force to help him survive that bottomless pit. So yeah. Daft Donkey Horse. Yeah, I was thinking that a minute ago when we started saying Daft Mule. It's Daft Donkey Horse. Right, we're going to go do some building. I say we might do some building, but we're going to prep for building. So we talked a little bit about the orange build that I was doing yesterday. Very orange. I'm putting some blue behind it, and I think blue or light blue. No, I don't think a light blue. I think it's got to be a darker blue. So I'm going to take my blue box. Oh, and it got caught up there. Of course it did. Right. So blue will be the color box we take with us. Now, in that area, we are using this all the time. Not so much that material. No mangrove, no dark. Have used a little bit of jungle here and there. Bamboo will be the big one that I need. Yeah, gonna need some bamboo over there. And that's it for the woods for now. So we were using resin. We want to put blue behind it. We might look for another material. Then when it comes to the next build along, I think we're using these colors. I think I'm going to take all the copper over there again. So if you watched yesterday's stream, we basically went and picked up these blocks, and now I'm taking them back again because we need it for the build. Now beyond that, I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do next. I've had some ideas, but I haven't fully fleshed it out yet. I think I'm going to use smooth basalt and stuff and build like a foundation for this last part of the build. So let's go have a look at it. Daft Mule is your favorite animal. Imagine if they were a real type of mule, you know? That'd be something. Time for a nap. Good rest of your stream. See you next time, says AC and Tuck. Thanks for tuning in, my dude. Yeah, but Darth Mule is the one person that Star Wars fans accept the resurrection. He was a really great character. I remember at the time people were like, see, it introduced this really interesting character with this like double-sided lightsaber, and then he's just dead in one episode. It's like, oh, okay, won't see him again. I finished watching the Han Solo movie. I really liked it. I think you could have tweaked a few things about it, but overall I thought it was great. I don't know why it wasn't so well received. That's the way it is sometimes, right? It's funny that, you know. Sometimes there's stuff that everyone's raving about and I check it out and I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. But Rogue One was awesome, and so was the Solo one as well. I kind of feel like it would have been nice if they'd have kept on doing a few more movies in that time. But hey, they didn't. So, you know, we got what we got. All this new stuff though with the TV series, Andor and Boba Fett, it's just franchise fatigue, I think. That stuff just, I don't know. Felt much better with the Han Solo movie. Oh look, so that is in the way. Realising that we're talking Star Wars about Scar. Scar isn't the only person who likes Star Wars, okay? You know, I like Star Wars. Especially Enterprise with Jean-Luc Picard, you know. And all his, you know, Expelliarmus and all of that he does, yeah. Shame about her, you know, the ring that corrupted him, though. Shame about that. Poor character arc. Yeah, so when it comes to this part of the build, I think, it's going to be tricky because you can kind of see where the foundations need to be. But then there's going to be like a lot of overhang here. So I kind of want to make, I think originally I wanted to make like a smaller circle, but you kind of need the width of the circle. So if you can imagine where the lines are here, we kind of need to keep this square bit and then have the base be a little bit smaller somehow and then extend up into a ring. I mean, maybe the trick is to build the walls up, and then have the stone come down and connect to it. I'm not sure. One thing we're going to need over here is a big box of stone. Ooh, blue behind those windows is kind of nice. But it's still, I still think this section needs some work too. Maybe the roof needs to be like a different material, these logs. I think you need some contrast somewhere, and it goes all the way up to the roof. And I don't like the way it does this. And maybe up here it would make sense to transition to packed mud, but we don't have to do any of that right now. We're just looking and thinking. I've done a lot of that with this whole build project, is looking and thinking. Taking your time with it. So when we go up the top here, I think we're actually going to need birch and oak. Yeah, look, they're already here. They're going to get reused a little bit. So we need tough blocks, birch and oak. Might use the warped wood again up here for another roof. I was thinking a darker roof up the top would make sense, but it might be easier just to kind of introduce the tough and then stick with this here. So I think we're now looking at quite a few things. So let's write them down. We're looking at getting birch and oak. We're going to get warped wood wrapped. We're going to get warped wood, birch and oak, warped wood, tough. We got bamboo already. It's tough. And then a box of stone for doing some shape work and stuff. Don't sign it. It's my notebook. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it. I think. Oh, what about what goes in these windows, chat? Do you have any ideas? Because it's sugarcane, netherwarts. We're doing potion stuff in the windows, right? So this is where you get to help me out, chat, if you're so inclined to do so. What other ingredient would be really good for something we can put in a window? X, I have a feeling you'd really like Star Trek Prodigy. It's Star Wars style characters exploring the Star Trek universe, and I mean in the most positive of ways. Maybe. Like I said, bit of franchise fatigue at the moment for me. Sweet berry bushes. Actually, no, they're not part of the potion thing. They're just something I used. Oh, I'm not sure what really jumps out at me here. There are obviously some missing things on the wall. You don't know how to make potions. All right. Pufferfish. Yeah, we could waterlog and put some pufferfish in. I think I got a few. Let's try that. Let's see if I've got some pufferfish in buckets. Why not? It might look really cool. I'd imagine the blue of the water would look really good behind the glass at the very top. So we can have a little aquarium up there. Oh my god, that's such a great idea. Such a great idea. I take full credit. I just pretended to read chat. Mods, delete that message. I must take the credit. No, I'm joking. Who said pufferfish then? Be nasty. You are being very nasty by not letting me take full credit. No, I'm messing. That's our comment of the stream, I think. Having something physical and animated that moves around in the build brings it to life. And I think it could look awesome. I think that's an idea that could really make that top area pop. So, do you know what? If I have a bucket of pufferfish somewhere, where? I had a feeling like I had that somewhere, and now that I come here, I'm like, well, it wouldn't be, or would it? I've got a. Oh, it's axolotls. Yeah, I've got a section for buckets, but it's axolotls that are in them. Right, so we need to go get some pufferfish, which probably won't be too difficult. We also need stone, tough, warped wood, birch and oak. So oak, warped, birch, box of stone for outlining and stuff. These are all things that are already over there. We're just taking them back again. Tough blocks, tough. I think I need to mine a bunch from somewhere. We'll take both that and the one over here. Melons in the window. You know, that's a great idea too. We should probably put like a melon patch somewhere. Let's just grab that and it will remind me later. Cobwebs. The problem with cobwebs is that they won't feel like, or they won't look like they're ingredients of the potions. They'll look like the build is a bit decrepit. which could be a good thing, but for us, I don't think it is right now. Loading Turtle 22, thank you for 10 months. Very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. How were summer... God, brain, come on. How were your Christmas holidays, everyone? I hope you all had a good one. D. Blagnazraw is here with the Prime. Thank you. Thank you for using the Prime on me. I appreciate you using that free subscription. I probably butchered your name, so you get an animation. You need sea pickles. Sea pickles aren't used in potions, so I don't think we do. It was not very social for you. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I you know, it's like that for some people, unfortunately. I said it yesterday, like, no one should be alone on Christmas. I do worry, though. I think society is getting lonelier. I mean, there's loads of people reporting on it, so they're probably not wrong. There's always that problem, though, of like once an idea's in your head, you see it everywhere. Bias, whatever you want to call it. Almond's Choice is here with some cheers and buddies, saying, "Hey X, have a tip. Have a MC server with 7 GB of memory, but have problems with entities, maintenance, deleted 3K entities because of lag. We are only 4 people. How many gigabytes of Hermitcraft is running?" I think we run 8 or 4. Like, you don't need a lot of RAM. RAM isn't the issue. CPU power is. So you want single-threaded CPU performance. I would suggest maybe looking at your render distance, maybe using Fabric and some optimization mods. Those would be the 2 routes I would take. Also, doing diagnostics of the world. Like you say, you deleted 3K entities. Like, I'm not sure how many entities is normal, but when you get like a counter on the server, when you use something like Spark, I think it's Spark, we got something, I forget what it's called. Maybe it's called Grandfub, but we've got something that lets us look at all the entities in the world in a graph. And then when you see that you've got like, you know, 10 cows, 30 chickens, 20 squid, and then 1,000 zombies, it's like, oh, there's a problem there. Let's go figure that out. This is the right area. I was here earlier in the season getting pufferfish. I think this is just a case of all the resources have been stripped out, right? All of the corals that you would usually see here. Anyway, people are definitely more open about mental health than they were in previous generations. Whether we're actually lonelier than prior generations is something I've heard people argue both ways. Same here. It gets argued both ways, right? For me, the thing that I'm really noticing is that the so-called like connectedness of the internet, I think, isn't as connected as we think. And it's usually because I've noticed like a lot of social situations that I've lived through have gone from being one way to being this other way, where now people like look at their phones and it kills conversations. And, you know, you can be talking with someone and all of a sudden, like, their phone buzzes, they pull it out, and, like, it just kills a conversation. And also, sometimes you're hanging out with people and someone's, like, not present with everyone else because they're on their phone. Now, that might not sound like, you know, the cause of loneliness or whatever. It might just be a small part of a bigger picture, but it's something that I've noticed is just how these devices are supposed to connect us, yet it feels like they fracture us more than connect. Further out still is Coral Reef. Yeah, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. Let's try going a little further out. I can see some reefy colours over here. There's a definite reef there. Making an Xisuma-inspired mask for cosplay whilst watching a stream is great. Oh, cool. Yeah, the cosplay stuff always fascinates me. Are those some, like, random allays over there? Yep, random allays. Is this another place people come to get sand? I wasn't aware of a desert out here. Okay, yeah, I guess we're just looking for pufferfish. I feel the internet and the whole overwhelmingly social media presence of Gen Z and everything does have a very heavy hand in the alienation and mental health as well. Says Asrom forgot. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like it's a part of it. How big or how small, not sure, but it definitely feels like it's a part of it. Whenever I'm talking with someone, I never look at my phone, not even to check the time. Only if someone calls me because it doesn't happen often and it might be an emergency. That's a cool little rule to have. I tried to do that myself. Usually the thing that gets me is I will make a note of something, like someone mentions something and I can put that on my phone as a note. And that does like break it a little bit, but usually it's just something very brief that I do. God, another one. When you do this, you just kind of want to look for the ones that are like a bit more isolated. So you see them in groups, they're the tropical fish. And then you just want to watch out for like some that are off to the side and on their own, bobbing up and down, and there's your pufferfish. Usually use your phone to take photos for memories when hanging out. That's a good use, yeah. That's just like having a camera, right? The problem always is that whenever you pull your phone out to use it for one thing, they're designed to try and grab your attention. So it's very easy to just like get a notification or like look at something else on the phone. And that's a difficult spell to break. So if you can like pull it out intentionally to use it as a camera and then follow through on that, like that'll stop that kind of like distraction from emerging where you're like, oh look, I've got a notification or a message from someone. That's another one. The amount of times like I've been in the car chatting and then a message comes through on the phone and it gets played on the car, like it reads out the message, and it's just like loads of boring stuff that just breaks up the conversation and whatnot. And again, it's like the technology is just like interfering. It's like it tells you about stuff you don't really need to know about that right now. Yet people tend to feel like they do. The phones make you feel like, oh, you know, you got a notification, something's going on. It's because it hacks your dopamine. Get a little buzz from it. Oh, turn on flight mode. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Right, I think I see one just there. Oh, and to the left of me. I think maybe two here? Yeah, we've got two over here. Ow. Whew. Right, and maybe a few more over there. I've probably got enough to do the project, but while we're here, might as well just try and get one or two more if they're nearby. Yep, looks like we've got one here. Perfect timing. Is that another one? Nope, you're a tropical. And then maybe one over here, one over there. Dang. What a lucky run. Whew. Right, that, my friends, I think we'll definitely do. Some pufferfish now for the project. I have a child, so I need my ringer on for emergency calls, but it's easy to turn off for non-urgent stuff. We just don't take the time to change the settings. Yeah, and then that's the thing, right? Like, so then it becomes like a device of distraction at times. Fabia11, thank you so much for 19 months. Very much appreciated. Tier 3 subscription. If you did not know, you can go to xisumavoid.com, left-hand side of the screen. You can click on Get Whitelisted and join the Let's Play Minecraft Together server as a Tier 3 subscriber. I don't know if you've been Tier 3 for a while and heard me say it before, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know just in case you've also got access to that. Jevin, finished cleaning your prank, you silly Christmas elf. I finished cleaning his prank yesterday. The timing is interesting. Mayschool says, I set my phone to D&D and only important people's notifications get through. That's a good way to do it. I have all my settings for notifications really minimal. But still, like, I get messages from group chats, which I think at times are important, but I can't seem to separate group chat, like, one from the other. So I get a lot of, like, messages that I don't really need to read coming through. And then it's always the case of like, I opened my phone to do something, and then I saw a message and I started reading it. Then I couldn't remember why I opened my phone. Now I'm looking at YouTube. Now I'm, in some app, and it's just like, But I spot it really quickly these days. I spot it quicker and quicker, it feels like. So I'm more like, 30 seconds in, I'm like, wait, what's going on here? The phone's taking over again. Let's stop that. Let's stop that phone business. Alright, so now we got our building suppliers. That is not a building supply. We've got all sorts of stuff here ready for the final section of the build. And we may put some melons in somewhere around here. And we've got some puffer fish, and we're going to build a little water sanctuary at the top. I'm really excited for it. This has been a very fun project for me. Just focusing on building, taking my time with it. It's been super cool. But my friends, the stream has to end somewhere. If you're looking for something to do, please do go check out my music, Soulside Eclipse. 90% of you, 95% of you probably heard me talk about it before. I apologize. But I'm going to mention it every stream that I remember. So if you take the time to do that, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on YouTube, it's on all of the popular ones, right? You can go listen to it for free. Right, I'm going to go raid Pearl, who's doing some Satisfactory. I had no idea Pearl was playing Satisfactory, but I'll send you over there. Alright, peeps. The raid is a-rolling. So stick around if you want to catch what Pearl's up to. That's it from me. Have a great rest of your holidays, peeps, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.